My favorite thing that my dad has taught me about accountability and integrity is one of the simplest things that he's taught me, and it has been ingrained in me from a really young age, and I've been able to walk through life with this. And what it comes down to is be able to have a short memory. And what that means is to say the same things to everyone, to be consistent with their stories, not to have multiple versions depending on who's asking, but to say the same simple truth. And people will begin to rely on you and trust your word because they know that what they're going to get is honest. And with accountability, if you're in the practice of telling the truth, even when it's harder to tell the truth, when you've done something wrong, when you've hurt someone, or when you feel like you failed, if you're already in the practice of telling the truth, it makes that mountain a little bit smaller, and you're able to climb it and bear the weight of your own mistakes, and also trust others that they can hold the weight with you.
My dad taught us to take pride in our work by enjoying the work and using it as a way to center oneself. By doing a good job with something, whether it be manual labor, yard work, something for our employer, something for our spouse or our partner, by taking pride in that, not only are we serving others by doing the best that we could, but also serving ourselves by knowing that not only are we doing our best with that, but we're doing something that we're proud of with that. And I think my dad got a lot of these values and habits from his time at Credo.
My favorite practical skill that I learned from my dad is 16 on center, which is how you find studs in a wall. But more important than that, I think the skill of doing it yourself is invaluable. To have an idea, to see a blank wall and have an idea and take it out of your head and make it into something physical that you can touch and feel and see, I think it's almost a mantra that I like to live my life by. You can do it yourself if you have the patience and the energy to learn it and do it start to finish from your head to a physical representation. And that's kind of how I've started to structure my life, and that's how I've become motivated, is to have an idea and create it from idea to physical reality.
I remember the importance my dad put on individual responsibility throughout my whole life. It started from a young age. He encouraged my brothers and I to make our own money, find out our own ways to provide for ourselves if we wanted something, to work for it. And there's multiple reasons where that comes from, making sure that we have practical ability to be okay in life and in the society we find ourselves, but also it's just an overall way of living life, of being confident and being open-handed, because we know that no matter what happens, we know how to work. We have work ethic. So if our circumstances change, we have the tools to start fresh. And even in the difficulty that we could find ourselves in, we always have that confidence. And what I've found as I've moved on and through life is many are searching for that confidence from somewhere else. They're looking for it from external factors. And my brothers and I, while we know the importance of a support system, we also have a deeply ingrained sense of confidence, not arrogance, but humble confidence. And that comes from our father's work ethic and our mother's work ethic and care and generosity with how they live their lives.
My dad taught me to have fun when things are serious via two avenues. The first is to approach every day with a feeling of gratitude, thankful for waking up, thankful for the opportunity to be alive and in this world. And the other way he taught us was to always do our best. No matter what we are doing, if we bring our all, even if it's hard, having no regrets, knowing that we gave it our all, whether we succeed or fail in the eyes of the world. So by always being grateful for what we are given, every opportunity we are given, and also always doing our best, even when things are serious and hard, can still have a sense of happiness, sense of fun, and enjoy every day.
Work-life balance is kind of a fluid idea over the course of our lives, and you go through different seasons where work kind of outweighs life in an uncomfortable way, or maybe you're not being as productive as you feel like you should. But the main principle that my dad imparted on me when it comes to work ethic and how it relates to your life and your day-to-day is, if you put in the work up front and you take the time and the energy to learn and work really hard, you'll yield the benefits of that for years to come. And eventually you'll get to a point where the work that you've done in the past and the foundation that you've built starts to do your job for you, and you just get the benefits instead of having to do the work, which frees you up to do anything you want. You can move some rocks, you can draw some really weird pictures of animals, and I think those are the only two things, but those are good ones.
No, that's